Greetings, Vault Dwellers. Today is the second day of Bethesda's mysterious April Fool's event. Yesterday we had Fastnacht, and today we've got Spooky Scorched. This is a map that shows you all of the locations where Scorched are going to spawn, and you can use this to build a route. I just picked a bunch of them at random, and we're just going to jump through it and see how many Spooky Scorched I can get. We're going to start at Overlook Cabin, then go to Poseidon Power, Wavy Willard's Water Park, Tyler County Fairgrounds, Morgantown Airport, Helvetia, Summersville Dam, Camden Park, Fort Defiance, and then the Palace of the Winding Path. Overlook Cabin is a great location for finding Scorched. There are a ton of them, but unfortunately that was the only Spooky Scorched that I got here. So on to the next. Poseidon is another great place to find Scorched, but not so much for Spooky Scorched today. There was the only one that I got. Moving on to Wavy Willard's Water Park. This is another fantastic, they're all fantastic Scorched locations. I'm just going to stop saying that. Here, though, they are dispersed all over the park. Most of them were standard Scorched. That was a spooky guy there. And then on the upper level, I picked up a few more, resulting in a total of 4 at this location. This was actually the best location out of all of the ones that I visited today. I really like killing Scorched. So now on to Tyler County Fairgrounds, where I thought I would have found more. It doesn't seem fair that the best locations are in places that are harder for younger players or smaller players to get to. If you're a smaller player, that's okay. Just keep bouncing servers and stick to the stuff that's not going to get you killed, and you will get enough Spooky Scorched for the day. There we only got 2. So I bounced over to Morgantown Airport, and this location is great not only for Scorched, but for the Collision Course event, which just spawns 5 waves of Scorched. If you run that event with a team of people, the more people who are present, the more Scorched you're going to get. So it's better to run it in a group than to run it alone, but by the time I got there, somebody had already run it. If you get there and you see this big smoke flare thing going up into the sky, it means you got to wait or bounce to a different server. So I moved on to Helvetia, where I genuinely thought I would get something. I've spent a lot of time in Helvetia. My camp is right next door, and I run Fastnacht all the time, including yesterday. You probably saw that video. There was not a single Spooky Scorched in all of Helvetia, and I found that to be genuinely disappointing. But, I turned that frown upside down, and I headed down to Summersville Dam. This place is easy. Right away, I got 2 Spooky Scorched. And it's weird. It's between a bunch of other stuff, and it's easy to forget that it even exists. But it's got Scorched down below, it's got Scorched up above. There was another Spooky who just flew by me, and he, in fact, flew off of the cliff, and I had a difficult time harvesting his goods afterwards. But I did it, and then I moved on to Camden Park. Scorched here tend to congregate in groups, so they're easy to kill with a big area weapon like a flamer. As you see, I'm using the Holy Fire today. And so just work your way through from the outside to the inside, kill everything that's there, and hopefully you'll get more than the 1 Spooky Scorched that I got. I moved on to Fort Defiance. This was tied for number 2 with Summersville Dam. I got 3 Spooky Scorched here, and most of them were right here in the middle. And it's actually kind of funny, because through this entire battle, I was being insulted by InsultBot. And so when all was said and done, I just took him out too. And then I went on to Palace of the Winding Path, another place where I expected to find more Spookies than I did. And I know that the Spooky spawn is random. This place does have a lot of Scorched, and I can't complain. I got a lot of kills in, but I only got 1 spook, and he was the fish guy that's down here. You'll see him come up here in a second. There he is, freaking out, and now he's dead. Heading over to the Whitespring Mall to count my loot, I ended up with 17 Spooky Scorched overall, and a bunch of legendary stuff that I could scrap. I don't keep any legendaries if they're not bloodied or unyielding or something amazing that I can sell. Most of the stuff I just scrap and then use to roll my own. So here you can see we got 17 spooky treat bags, which gave me a bunch of stuff that I don't even really need, but I'm happy to take the fuel, and I'm happy to dump the beers and things like that because I don't drink any of that stuff, and sell the rest to a vendor once I get back from being at max caps. That's all I've got for you today. Enjoy the rest of the April Fool's weekend. We know we've got Meat Week coming one of these days and something else. I'm hoping that they don't just do Holiday Scorched because that would be lame. But, you know, it is Bethesda, so we'll take what we can get. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe out there, Vault Builders.